Hello, hello.
What's up? What's going on? It's Wednesday. Can you believe it?
Yeah, we are once again watching Star Trek live today. Last time we did this was for Assignment Earth season 2 finale, and that was a lot of fun. And we planned on doing it for season 3 once again. Um, but you might be wondering why specifically this episode, or Requiem for Methuselah, that we have decided to watch live this time. Alex, you want to tell them this very special reason why we're watching this one live here on YouTube?
Yeah, I will. I will broadcast this to the world. Basically, I'm an idiot. So, okay, not too long ago, before we even started the channel, I got a Mac, right? Ooh, wow. I mean, a Mac laptop. That's great. And I feel like most computers are designed with the intertwinedness to like delete trash after 30 days. Well, mine wasn't. So every time I deleted a recording, a downloaded episode that Josh would put in our Google Drive that I would download so we can watch the footage at the same time, I put it in the trash, but it never deleted. So almost a year's worth of time, the trash just kept piling up. I might have cleared the trash once before then, I can't remember. But basically, my storage was full, and we recorded an entire reaction to this episode. I went to go save it on OBS, and it went to save, and then it just disappeared. Footage was gone, lost. And then, shortly after many Google searches and, banging my head against the ground, I discovered, that my trash wasn't emptying. So I emptied my trash. It's fine now. But yeah. So
So,
that's why we're doing this
yeah,
live.
long story short, we've already seen the episode. We know what happens, but I think the silver lining here is that first of all, it's been over 200 reactions. This is the first time this has happened, and hopefully it won't happen again. I mean, we're making some changes to the channel to where that won't be happening, hopefully. But these things happen. It is what it is. But I think the silver lining with this one was that I was very conflicted on this episode when we watched it. The last 15 minutes I thought were some of the best stuff we've seen this season, if not in the whole show. But the first 35 minutes of this episode leading up to a reveal was the most dull. It might have been our worst reaction, Alex. Like, we barely said anything. Like, it was the most dry, dull 35 minutes. We really tried to get into it. I thought it was going to end up being my least favorite episode ever, but then that last 15 minutes really made me feel conflicted. So the silver lining is that of all episodes to rewatch, I'm glad we're rewatching this one because I'm excited to see how different I'll feel watching it, knowing where we're gonna end up getting to. So I think this is kind of one of those rare things where it might benefit not being a first time watching, or maybe that's all just massive cope because we already watched it. I'm just trying to make it seem better, seem better than it is. But we'll find out. So thanks for your understanding on that, guys. These things happen, but at least we get to watch it here live with you guys and chat and all that stuff. We'll have a sync for the episode when we get started. And drop all your questions, comments, everything in the chat. This is going to be more laid back, discussion, but we still will post, if you're a patron, the full uncut reaction of this to the Patreon. And then on YouTube, we will still be editing the YouTube reaction for this episode. It just obviously will have to clearly mark that, it's not a first time watching for this one. But, the 79 episodes, 78 of them, you'll get to see our first time reaction, just not this one. All right. In the meantime, though, how's everybody doing? I'm just looking through the chat now. Let's see. We got Willie. We got Mike. We got Doug.
Someone called me Alec. That's all right. I had a customer at my former job that would call me Alec every day. It's okay, despite that not being my name. It's all right.
GB Sailing is saying he doesn't understand. I'll try to just be a little bit more clear. The footage is gone. The footage of our first reaction is gone. It does not exist. So we watched the episode and the footage of it is gone. There's nothing we can do. So what we can do is still put up a reaction and commentary and discussion, our thoughts on the episode. We thought it just made more sense to do it live, choose this one to do it live since we've already seen it. But yeah, that's the reason why. It's just there's nothing we could do but to recover that first time watching reaction. But all right. everyone, hopefully I'll give you just a little bit more time here to have your sync of the episode ready. Got the time code. It should be popping up here for you. It's going to have a blurred image of the episode behind it. If you've joined any of our other lives, before, you'll know, the same situation. You'll have it synced up on your side. But all right. Alex, anything else before we jump in?
Nope, I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right. Let me just make sure everything's all set on my end.
GB, the footage was in the Google Drive, but the footage that I record, my reaction, didn't save. So Josh's was saved. Obviously, we have the show footage, but my footage was lost.
All right, and we should probably do just a quick YouTube intro for this video, just to make it a little bit more clear. Go back to the old ways. A quick YouTube intro. All right, you want to do the intro for it, Alex? So we can one last time.
One last time. What's the name of this episode?
This episode is Requiem for Methuselah. I don't know if that's
Okay.
Don't even worry about it. I'm not sure if that's even how you pronounce it.
All right.
I am recording on my end, by the way, and we obviously also have the stream. If you want to record yours, that's your video. It's up to you, but you don't have to.
You don't need my audio, do you, or my video? Obviously.
No, it'll be recording through this, so we should be good.
Okay, cool. All right.
All
Are
right.
you ready?
I am ready. So we're gonna jump into the YouTube intro now. Alex, do you even still remember the intro? I don't know if I do.
I think I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Well, hello there. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content's made for absolutely everybody, but things specifically made for us guys, but hopefully for you guys as well. Today is a very special day because we're watching Star Trek, of all things. Star Trek Season 3, Episode 19, Requiem for Methuselah, Nick, Verada, Nick 2, yeah. But yeah, that's what we're watching today.
Yes, but it is not our first time watching it. If you're a watcher of our channel, all of these reactions have been our first time watching it. In this case, we had a technical problem the first time we watched the episode, so this is a rewatch of it. It's going to be mostly focused more on our discussion aspect than the actual reaction, but we decided to rewatch it live on our YouTube, so we decided to watch it again in that fashion, but we still will be editing in the reaction highlights here for you, and then discussing the episode afterwards, because on our first watch, we did have pretty conflicting thoughts, so I'm excited to see, after watching it again, what we think of it this time. This is the first time we've ever watched an episode of this show twice, so unless we watched it in our personal time, but in terms of here on the channel, so we're gonna get jumping right into it. And all right, I'm gonna go put the time code back up for you guys in the live. We should be ready. Alex, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, and we are going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. I already don't remember any of this.
What? The first star date I never remember. That first 3 minutes, 4 minutes of every episode, I'm like, it goes out of my head like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, Anthony, I did rewatch The Man Trap on my own. I also have to rewatch the season 1 episodes that we eventually post to the Patreon, so I have to rewatch those for the edit. And the robot that hits Spock, and it actually hits him. I was it's like, damn.
Yeah, I remember this bastard.
Nothing compared to them getting tinnitus in an arena, shoot getting tinnitus, but still getting hit by a beam. That's still pretty crazy.
Oh, my favorite camera chef.
Well, he did warn him. Yeah, that's right, because they needed to get this material to cure something on another planet. That's why they were there. Yeah. After the later reveal, it's just like the rest of the episode left my mind completely.
All right. I'm going to do a test. I'm going to see if I can beat the intro. Give me 1 second.
Is that for everyone? Just a guy nodding his head to music you can't hear, unless you're watching the episode. Updated effects version, Keith. All right, let us know how that is. We are watching the original effects as we have been all season. How long ago did we watch it? We watched this episode, let's say 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? End of March.
Damn it. Thought it was quicker. Jury.
You know what I just realized too is, so every episode people comment, with the perspective of already seeing it and everything, and we're seeing it for the first time. Just like in this first 5 minutes, I can already tell like the foreshadowing, the characterization, all this stuff that we obviously just have no idea. Like this dude is clearly being obvious about the fact that he's been these historical figures, but us having no idea, it's like now I can, not that I understand, but I can see why someone who already knows that would be like, how do you not pick up on this? And it's like, because you just don't know.
Yeah. Going in, you have no idea. I hate these goddamn security cameras. Oh, I hate them.
Craig said it's Star Trek reruns on his TV that she's watching.
I'm thinking of like season one, season two. Like, I wonder how many moments could have been prevented if they had if these security cameras were always there.
Yeah.
I'd have to rewatch. I can't remember.
B Sharp and Mike also pointing out that she had like a flat screen TV. It looked very similar to TVs today. That didn't exist back then. That's true.
Yeah, because I'm sure a flat surface is easier just to put the show footage on than try to warp it to fit or actually use footage.
It all makes so much more sense. I mean, I'm just remembering the first time watching this scene going, what the hell is going on? Like this dude is creepy as hell. We thought it was her father, Well, he kind of is like a father,
Yeah,
but just
but yeah, just a replicant he made to have sex with when she's ready or love him. That's what he wants, right?
movie science review says people are dying and we need the medicine, but let's get drunk first.
That's right. Like I said, I always forget the first 5 minutes of why they're there.
And Vincent, yes, we did definitely notice a little bit of a similarities to the Forbidden Planet with the robot old man and the young woman, the three people coming down. I think it was three people. Was it two or three that actually went to his house in Forbidden Planet? I don't know if it was two. I think it was three, but
Can't remember. That was decades ago.
you said it was decades ago.
Oh God. Yes, the purple meth.
by showing you this woman.
Look, Kirk, at this blonde woman. This is exactly what you want. Here are my amends. How does she know to say that to him?
And of course, all this is a lie.
And it doesn't make him look good, He found her as an infant, and he wants to, you know, love her and bang her. Maybe she's saying it for her sake, but still, it's like in her mind, oh, you raised me since I was a baby. You want to fuck?
Well, you know what? Now that you say that, I don't know if she even is aware, or like I think she is also aware. Like I think she knows that this is all a lie that he's just telling them. You know what I mean?
Really? You think so?
Because when there's the reveal, like I don't remember her being like, what? It's like she seems
Yeah,
already
we'll have to
aware.
see.
But I will say I do remember Raina being the actress being pretty good for what she's given, which I did not like most of, but
I already made. Well, it's lost in history, so I can make the joke again. Ketchup, mustard, relish.
big fan of this set though.
They love that fence, that fencing wall.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the shaking camera.
Oh
Get
my
the shot.
god,
Get the
dude,
shot.
this camera is nuts. I would like to know anyone's explanation as to why this is so shaky. Like someone like tape wired from the ceiling trying to get that shot.
Yes, some from the times of Shakespeare, Plato, Da Vinci. But luckily, we had 20th century billiards.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he would have lived through that time too.
I thought he, I thought he said he left like after a certain amount of time.
Oh, well, look at that. I've watched it twice and I missed it.
You know, During an episode like this, your mind tends to wander. At least for that first 35 minutes.
Oh, this is one of the best parts right here, though. Spock playing piano.
I was hoping he was gonna be like, "Did I tell you you can fucking touch my piano?"
Yeah. Do you know what I had
You
to go?
come in.
You know what I had to go through to get that shipped here?
Do you know the shipping costs of a so and so century piano?
So, watching this for the first time, this is cool seeing Spock play the piano, but at this point, I'm thinking, well, what are we doing? You know what I mean? It's like they laid a few breadcrumbs, but it's just like isn't interesting enough. And I feel like it really just depends on Kirk and Reyna. Like if you buy that chemistry at all, I don't. So it's like it just takes all of that away, and you're just left with like, can someone tell us what's going on?
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's too much too late. I mean, if this was like season one and I didn't know that Kirk literally went for every blonde woman who ever existed, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like if I didn't know the tropes, maybe if this was like an episode two of season one, I'd be like, okay. But now I've kind of figured out their formula and when they're stretching for time and when they're not. And to me, this feels like, okay, we got 50 minutes. Oh, Spock sang a few episodes ago. What if he played the piano? Whoa. It's like,
Yeah, and yeah, Michael said built the piano himself. I know he built it himself because he's these historical figures or whatever, but still, I mean, did he build it after he got to this planet? Because I understand. Well, I guess if he's been there a while, what else does he have to do? He's all alone. I guess in my mind, I was thinking of it as like, oh, he collected all of these things from his previous lifetimes and he still has them. But then it's like, how did he get it all there? But I guess he could have made it once he was here.
it's very convenient that all the materials on this planet match to what could be built on Earth. Oh, fool three suffering fool is a good point. Like nobody contacting the ship to check on the disease or anything. Like no one. I've talked about this in other reactions, but because there's certain like what's the word I'm looking for? Like presets in place, like Queen's Bishop to Queen's whatever it is. And to this day, I feel like there should be an hourly check-in with the ship to make sure everything's okay. Oh, is that true, Vincent? Did they have a billiard table just like that? Did it look exactly like that? I mean, I don't know. I just figured it was a new thing.
Tuning's work says, and now a game of Monopoly. Yeah, that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like watching this the first time, yeah.
Captain, I'm fascinated in human history because the writers haven't gone that deep on Vulcan history.
And he's also half human, but I mean, you know, I don't know. I feel like the
He loves
only
his Vulcan side more. Come on. All right, go on.
I feel like they like lay all these breadcrumbs for like who is this guy, right? And like we'll talk
Hmm.
about that part of it when we get there, but it's like at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't really matter to like the purpose of what he's trying to do with Reyna and all of that has nothing to do with him. In some ways it does, but it's like it really doesn't. So it's like you're watching this thinking the whole time like who is this guy? What's this going to lead to? And then the reveal ends up being just something completely different. It was almost like was it meant to throw us off the scent? Like I don't know.
I don't know, man. So odd seeing a regular door.
Yeah.
How old do you think that robot is? Like from build date to now?
Is she like the 15th model?
I think so, yeah.
So
But
probably
when do you think
relatively
she
new.
was
But
Chris
doesn't
Hansen?
matter. Like he probably just transfers the consciousness or the data, or whatever. See, yeah, this is how I know she knows because she's saying she searches herself. She's like she's talking about the other models.
Oh, okay.
Because why
You
else would
think,
she be saying that about that room specifically, where all the models are?
but where are the other models? Are
And
they behind the
they're in
curtain?
that room where that door is that he was asking about. They
Oh, okay.
eventually get in there, but I don't. I think eventually the guy's just like, "All right, come in." And then I just found him kissing her here so weird because it's like it comes off more to me as like a, like a, again, like a father type relationship. Like I don't get a romance chemistry. You know what I mean?
I'm getting more of a Harvey Weinstein vibe. I'm the captain of this big ship. You don't want to make me upset. I could ruin your whole career on. Uh, I hate any Kirk love interest after,
After
City on the Edge
Edith.
of Forever.
Yeah.
City on the Edge of Forever. That was my favorite Kirk love interest. After that, mainly because what he was with her for like an entire week or so,
Well, he was with
and
Miramani
actually,
for like 80 days or whatever.
mm,
There you go, Spock. I remember that line.
thank you,
Made me,
Mr. Spock.
it made me so mad. Now it's just funny. Like now, just after watching it, it's like funny. But at the time, I was like, "I'm sorry, what?"
As if like people would be like, "What happened?" I mean, maybe they were saying that dialogue for the deaf audience, maybe, so they know what happened.
But it's like even you can say like 60 show whatever, but like it's like they don't even do that in this show. Like it was so out of place. Oh, and then there's another one.
No one's ever really gone. Bench, Mr. Flint.
Thank you, Michael, for the super chat. Elan and Kirk were more believable than Kirk and this droid. True. Elan underrated love interest.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember who Miramani is and who Elon is. I am horrible with names.
Miramani was the Native American episode where they had the 60-day time
Oh,
jump. Yeah,
where they're stoning him.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then
okay. Which
Elan is the one from a few episodes ago with Petrie, the green guy, and they're supposed to get married, and she charms Kirk.
okay. Oh, the queen, the
Yeah,
princess,
something.
whatever. Okay.
Thank you, Paul, for liking the stream.
He wanted us to consummate while he watched. It all makes sense now. While you were fucking off playing billiards and dancing, everyone here is dying.
Yeah. Also, like 27 minutes, 27, 28 minutes into the episode, they're a part of it. That's interesting.
I just did.
Thank you, Indie Tigers Sci-Fi Review, for the super chat. The flat screen TV. Kirk should have looked right into the camera.
Hate it.
Thank you, Michael. He says, cut to script editor passed out holding empty Surian brandy bottle. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat.
This is where he fell off.
But this is almost when it's about to get good. We're almost there.
Oh, so he was drunk writing the first 35 minutes, and then after that, someone else came in and fixed it.
Well, I just feel like it was one of those stories where they knew what they wanted to do. Like they had the point of the story, and then they just like couldn't like make it last 50 minutes.
Oh no, they made it last 50 minutes, just not well.
Yeah, and then Bones just like disappears for huge chunks of the episode.
Oh yeah, it's just with the robot, isn't he?
In the medicine or whatever, yeah.
Starts choking her. No. Eyes still open. Very nice. Oh, cuck boy Flint.
Yes, nice touch of the eyes open. I think we even said that before even knowing about her being an android. We were like, that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
But we just thought it was because she had never met a man before.
Right. Besides her father/husband. But I think the same time we said that, her eyes ended up closing here. And then we're like, oh, never mind.
Well, because she's like learning, it's like now she knows how to kiss.
Oh, she saw his eyes close, I'm sure. Yeah. And then goes back to the wide eye. What is this? Look at the camera. The camera's there. Look at the camera. There's obviously cameras, right? With these amazing security cameras. Like you promised Alexander happiness. What happened to him? He disappeared into the void. You're a liar. Someone should make a horror movie about that. The Star Trek rescuees and what really happens to them after they come onto the ship.
From their perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've heard people talk about, oh, they should make a horror movie where Batman's like the main villain, but you never like get a good look at him. So it's like he's kind of like the monster. There's something like that. Yeah, like what happens to the Star Trek rescues? How would you even write like a 90-minute script on that?
But I still think I'd rather be a Star Trek rescue than a Battlestar Galactica refugee.
Yes. Oh God,
Hey, forgot about
those
him.
crew cars, those crew cars that have been fed in months. Those ships look like the end of the train in Snowpiercer.
Okay, so I was wrong. So he doesn't let them in. They get in, but then I'm pretty sure he just walks in at some point. But here we go.
Scotty, beam us up. We got it.
Yep. Episode over. 16. And also, we didn't have any kind of, you guys aren't missing out on any type of, we didn't react like that. We were just like, huh.
This is exactly how we reacted. I thought it'd be much different, but no, it's been exactly the same so far.
This is definitely a good reveal. But I just feel like we were so checked out. I mean, we'll talk about this afterwards, but like we were so checked out that like something this cool happening, we were like, oh.
Yeah, like instead of like the what's happening? What's happening? Ah, reveal. It was more like we already checked out, and like kind of like a fish, floating in the water, bored. We saw some bait, and we're like, "What's that? What?" It was more, you know what I mean? Like, oh wait, what's going on?
Witcher Joker says it's not the model numbers, it's the ages. Oh, so he made a new one for every age.
What? What was he doing with that
But they all look
16
they all look
year
the
old?
same.
Wait, you said perfect woman. Which number were you looking at, Kirk? Chris Hansen wants to know which. No, it can't be the ages.
Not the age of the girl, but just the age of the robot. Oh, he said it was a joke. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm
You know what?
I'm stupid.
Damn it, Witcher. We gave you that little wrench next to your name and you do this to us. Come on, man.
He can't keep getting away with this.
You can't keep getting away with this.
Boom.
I was once a doll in a 2016 horror movie.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they remade this episode with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
You know what? If Wolverine never lost in the X-Men movie franchise, 2000 to whatever, if he never lost his memory and whatever, this would probably be him. Didn't bring you anywhere. You came here.
All right, there you go. He said she doesn't know. Okay. I'll take the L on that one.
Wrong. Wrong. Spam the chat. Josh was wrong.
L's in the chat. I don't believe him. No, come on, just take the L. No, he's wrong. Oh, this
Oh
part's
yeah,
cool.
this. I love this part. I was hoping for an answer in the comments if the original video ever went up, but I'm hoping there's some experts in the chat. Please tell me, this is the actual model they used for the green screen filming, right? It has to be. For when they show the shots in space, this has to be the original model. It has to be.
And them all frozen. Yeah, this is all great.
Yeah. And then Kirk looking in, yeah. Oh, that woman in Sulu's seat. I don't remember seeing that.
People are saying there are multiple different models. There was one of them. That's one of them, but there are much larger ones also.
So they made this just for this one? Wow. Original was 11 feet long. What? Filming model was 78 feet long. What? Jennifer Lawrence was the first Enterprise model. Jennifer Lawrence was the first everything. That's right.
Good meme.
Uh, oh, you guys are great. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Gotta have the fist fight. Like, why would he even say that? We're
Oh,
fighting over a woman. It's like, come on.
hip toss.
Oh, this is a pretty good fight, though.
It is a good fight.
The fight's so good, it literally kills her.
Russian leg sweep. Come on. Nope. Okay. Ooh, they didn't touch him at all. Oh yeah, that's right. Self-awareness kills her. I deal with that struggle every day. I get it. How it can just destroy you.
I'm sorry, I like that. Like, she starts becoming aware, and then Kirk just has to mansplain.
I know what she's going through. Me.
Let me explain.
All right. All right. Sorry, everybody. Can we pause for a second?
Yep.
Let them wait for that last 5 minutes or so. I'll be right back. Ask your questions now.
All right, everyone. This is episode 19. Episodes 20 through 24. Which ones do you think we'll like? None. Thanks, Craig. None. Damn. Are you going to stream another one? Probably not. No. Let's hope we don't have another technical error. Probably won't stream another of this show. Streaming will definitely still be something we'll do in the future, but 23, a lot of people are saying 23. Got a lot of MJ fans in the chat. No, but number 23, all our yesterdays, number 23, yeah. It's good to Way to Eden is a hoot. 23 and 24. Just Q&A, Josh. No, he's an android. Next question. The Savage Curtain says Witcher Joker. Tuning Spork says the Cloudminders was a lot better than I remember. So as per usual, there's fans of all of the episodes here. Can't wait for you guys to get to TNG. Yeah, probably right now we're looking like movies over the summer, TNG by the fall, probably. The Trek reviewer, are you guys doing TAS or TNG? Yes, we're doing all of it. All right, we're going to get back to the show. Have your syncs ready at this point. We're going to get started again.
Actually, really quick, we're not doing TAS or TNG. We're going to be doing the Marvels when it comes out in November.
Yeah, just one movie.
We might do Miss Marvel leading up to it.
Oh, yeah, we're finally watching Miss Marvel, yeah.
Oh, how about the Mandalorian? Thank God we didn't watch that, huh? Jesus Christ.
All right.
Okay.
Lizorian.
Where are you at?
We're at 44-42.
1 second. All right, 44, 42. I'm ready.
Okay, everyone ready? We're going to get started again in 3, 2, 1, go. We'll talk a little bit about the upcoming schedule and everything after the reaction, just so you guys know. Keep posting your questions.
Say it, Bones. Nope, he didn't need to that time. I'm kind of glad he didn't because it's a big trope. It's your fault.
Movie Science Review said needs the Windows shutdown sound.
Oh, no.
All right, guys, put in the chat yes or no. Is this the best ending of a Star Trek episode right here? We'll talk about it afterwards.
Oh, yes.
Yes or no?
This, yes. Here we go.
Real. Yeah, wasn't a big fan of this. It's like, why take it away? You know, but whatever. Doesn't matter. We'll never see him again. But it's like,
Wait. He said Flint leaving Earth, caused him to become human. So did they just discover him as, like, quickly? Or has he been aging since he's been there? So maybe he's been 30, but now he looks like he's 60. It's not important.
oh, this is where Bones just berates Spock unprovoked.
God. If I just Bones berate me like that every day, Shut up! I know!
I feel sorry for
Maybe
you,
that's why he
Alex.
does it. Maybe that's why he does it, because he knows Spock won't do anything.
I mean, it's an iconic moment. This iconic ending. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat. This mind meld would have been way better to make him forget Elan. Yeah, but I also like the ending of that one where his love of the Enterprise overcomes the charming of Elan. I liked that too. All right, that was Requiem for Methuselah. Keep putting your questions and everything in the chat. We'll of course discuss this episode, but then we'll stay afterwards, kind of just talk about our plans upcoming, any questions you guys have, so put them in there. We'll absolutely get to all the super chats, but regular questions as well. We'll try to get to as many as possible. Thanks everyone who watched this with us. If you've been here the whole time or you joined in late, you're going to watch it with us again. Of course, we would have loved every episode to be our first time reaction, but one out of 79 isn't too bad. So, all right, on to this episode, Alex. Raw thoughts after your second time watching it.
Second time, I thought maybe I'd notice some new things, have some different perspectives, but no, I feel pretty much exactly the same. Don't much care for it. Last 10 minutes was interesting, but just like Kirk just being like so like overly in love with this robot, it's almost annoying. Just yeah. And the creepiness aspect of this guy like raising this thing as his daughter, but like, oh no, but eventually you'll love me, all that, whatever. Eh. And like, what is this guy gonna do? Just gonna go back and like just build another one and hope the next model works out for him? I mean, yeah, he'll end up dying eventually, but still, I mean, by the looks of him, he's like 60, so he's still got another like what 20, 30 years at best. So he's got plenty of time to.
I mean, in the future, who knows? 50, 60, 70 years? I don't know how long they live.
Yeah, true. I'm sure healthcare is a lot better in the
He's
25th,
alone on this
26th
planet,
century.
but
Yeah, that's true. But he's got billiards to keep, which apparently was a thing in the 18th century, looking exactly the same. I don't buy it, but what do I know? Yeah, I mean, this is one of those ones that's going to fall under the wayside for me. It's like, I mean, performances were fine, but I will agree though that ending, with Spock being like the bro, being like, "I'm going to save you from this bullshit," and it makes me think. I wonder if he does that after every after every episode. Forget Alexander, forget Elan,
forget your brother dying.
Forget your brother, your identical twin brother with the mustache. Yeah. It makes me wonder, but yeah. Besides that, I don't know, not much.
The only thing I'll really say as far as a difference is that knowing that the end gets better, of course, makes it easier to get through the first part. It's such a lopsided episode, in my opinion, and the first time through, when you don't know what's going to happen, I mean, you feel hopeless, when you're 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes into an episode and absolutely nothing has hooked you. It's like, oh my God. Like I said, it's like first time through, I was thinking this is going to be my least favorite episode. But then the ending I liked so much that knowing that reveal in the last 15 minutes gets better, it made me kind of just sit through the beginning a little bit more. It's like, okay, this is whatever, this is fine. And also there were a couple little things in there foreshadowing from both Reyna as well as the guy whose name escapes me, terrible with names. The old
Flint.
man, Flint, yeah. Little that we didn't pick up obviously the first time. That was nice to pick up. But overall, to me, the best part of the episode is just that ending. And we had someone ask in the chat here, I think it was Craig, about we don't like the romance, but then we like the ending of Spock making him forget. To me, it's all about Spock in that moment. William Shatner does a great job in that scene, too, of genuinely looking miserable. But it's all about Spock because you have this whole series of him being emotionless and just having these little tiny moments of the friendship or relationship or moments of emotion shining through. This wasn't even like an emotional moment. It was more so just like, this is what a good friend would do, in my opinion. And that's how I took it. Spock wasn't doing this as a member of the Enterprise. He was doing it as Kirk's friend. And you can agree or disagree with if that's the right thing to do, against Kirk's will or without his consent. But I really enjoyed the ending because of that.
I mean, we know, in previous episodes that Spock is very loyal to his superior / friends, like what he did for Captain Pike in the Menagerie episodes. It's like, hey, I'm going against all the rules here, but I got to do this for my former captain. I got to do this, and he is, Spock is Spock, but I feel like he is willing to go stretch his, his Vulcan layered, I got to be this and this. I mean, I think it all goes back to when he found out that Kirk was alive in season 2, episode 1, where it's like, Jim, when he grabbed him and he smiled, like there was no, like that's one of the few times like he wasn't on some weird planet where like some dust got in his face. He wasn't, 6,000 years in the past where they're like evolved, that was Spock as himself. Like there's no other external forces making him be emotional. That was like the one time where it was him on his own. And like, so that's who he really is underneath. He's pretty good at putting on that front though. So seeing him do these things for Kirk shouldn't be as surprising.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then before that scene, the reveal with the different Reynas, the reveal of who this old man is, all of that. Some of it's not all my favorites. Some of it I like more than others, but it's at least something. Like it at least gave me something to remember and hook into the episode as to where the first half hour, 35 minutes, it's just like basically nothing. It's like there's almost nothing I'm gonna remember or care for, and it really came down to the characters' like performances. And like, not to say they did a bad job, but like there have been so many episodes before this and after this that I love their performances, even in an episode I don't like. And here it seemed like none of them really cared. Like in the beginning, the Reina actress is doing a good job with whatever she's given, but like I don't know if it's the material or if they didn't like this script, but like the big three in this first half hour just seem pretty checked out, and the whole episode is basically them. So that made it a bit tough too.
Yeah, I mean they paid Ahura and James. I'm sorry, I always forget Ahura's real name, but James Doohan just to sit there in the chair for 2 minutes. But yeah, I will agree. It does feel like they're checked out. Like, oh, we're almost done. We're almost done. It's almost over. And I don't know. I just feel like they just reserve into like their old, like we know how this character acts almost type ways. Where it's like I know how to act as this character, but they don't go anything deeper than that. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's about all I got to say in terms of this episode. So if you're in the live stream, stay afterwards, but we'll close out the YouTube video here. If it's your first time here, thank you for watching not this first time reaction, but this reaction and discussion to this episode. And make sure to subscribe so you can finish out Star Trek The Original Series with us, as well as watch the animated series, the movies, TNG, and all of that, and become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. That'll do it for us here at the TA. I'm Alex. This is Joshua, the target audience. Content's made for absolutely everybody. Everything's specifically made for us guys, but hopefully for you guys as well. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
All right, that's the end of the YouTube video.
All right. What's up, chat?
What's up?
All right, let's talk about how I really feel about this video. All right.
Yeah, this is what happens after we stop recording. No, but yeah, overall, just want to first of all again say thanks for being here and joining. I hope you had fun, even if you didn't watch the episode along with us. But thank you for joining. And yeah, we someone asked how much of the show we've watched. We've watched everything except the last episode. So we're not going to go into what we thought of any of those episodes because they'll be up on Patreon and then they'll be up on YouTube in the coming days and weeks. So I'm not going to spoil any of that. But that is where we are at, and we will be watching the last episode this week. So we are finishing the series this week, and it's pretty crazy to think that's it. There's gonna be no more. I mean, we could go back and watch The Cage, or we could go back and rewatch the episodes we saw the updated effects. We could watch the original effects, vice versa. But at the end of the day, there will be no more new original series episodes to watch. So excited for the future, but that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we can start like a $50 Patreon tier where we watch The Cage, and that's it.
Where we watch what?
$50 a month. The Cage.
Oh,
that's
just
it.
The Cage.
That's all they get for the $50 a month Patreon.
Yeah,
just one reaction to the Cage.
Still at least once or twice a week, I get a comment. We get a comment on the Man Trap reaction. This isn't the first episode. The Cage is the first episode. Still to this day. No, and it's like, I know. We know. It's been over a year. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so yeah, $50 Patreon. That's how they're gonna see the Cage reaction.
Cage reaction.
Just that.
But no, we do have a lot of plans. Obviously, we'll be doing the wrap up like we have for the first 2 seasons. We'll be doing season 3 as well as an overall wrap up. Uh, you know, episode of whatever this is, where we talk about the show as a whole. Probably do our favorite episodes of the whole show. And then after, so while we're doing all those videos, oh my goodness, thank you, Dominic, for the super chat. That's amazing. Thank you for being with us tonight and giving us that. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Dom.
And yeah, I lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, while we're doing all those videos to wrap up this series, we'll be watching Buffy season 1, which is only 10 more episodes. And I've said this a little bit replying to comments. We also posted something on our Patreon, but just so you guys know, moving forward, we're going to watch a season of a show at a time, and we're not going to be mixing too much. You know, we don't want to take 4 months to watch Firefly, a 14-episode show. You know, we don't want to do that again. So instead, we're going to be watching, you know, a season of Star Trek and then a season of something else is basically how we're going to do it. So we'll be watching Buffy, and then we'll be watching the animated series, and then while we watch the Star Trek movies, we're going to watch a different show there, and it's going to be up to our patrons, you know, most of the time. If there's something we really want to watch, of course we're going to throw that in, but a lot of the time it's going to be up to the patrons to vote on, you know, what that alternate show will be in between the Star Trek seasons. So, you know, even at the lowest tier, $2 a month, you know, you can go up there and vote in those polls. Michael Super Chat says the animated series, then Star Trek continues. Seriously good contenders to TOS. You got to consider them. Thank you for the Super Chat. We're not going to watch Star Trek Continues right now. If we're going to watch it, it'll be one day in the future. Not that we're against watching it. We're watching the show in release order. We're not going to go throw in a fan series. I know a lot of people have been asking about that. Might be something we watch one day, but I'm a little bit of a purist when it comes to release order, and I want to watch it, you know, how they came out. But we definitely maybe watch that one day.
When did that come out? Like 2000 something. So it's gonna be a while. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, even if it was after after we watch the movies and we're completely done with Star Trek TOS stuff, you know, at that point, if we want to watch a fan series, like, I'm not against that. I just don't want to watch it as like, well, this is when it happens. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to have that knowledge going into watching the movies. You know what I mean? Whether it's a canon or not, it doesn't really, you know, I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's true. And like, I don't know. I've seen fan films. I'm just like, ugh. But you know, everyone
Says it's good.
everyone says it's good. Yeah. I mean, no, I'm not gonna make a pitch.
But
I'm not gonna risk it.
but yeah. But beyond that, that's basically going to be our schedule over the next, you know, 6 or so months after finishing this show. We realize that there are some people that only like this show and that's it. And if that's, you know, when you stop watching our channel, thanks for being here while you were. But, you know, we are far from done when it comes to our Star Trek journey. So that's all very exciting. Let's see here. Blaine says, anyone else want to see the Battlestar Galactica remake as a secondary show? Well, we're still watching the original right now as a Patreon exclusive. Once that's over, maybe the remake becomes a Patreon exclusive as well. Maybe the remake becomes a secondary show. Again, we would only do one season at a time. But that is definitely an option for the future. Let's see here. When we watch Deep Space Nine, will you watch it in combination with TNG Voyager? Yeah, we're watching everything in release order. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Basically, the simplest way to put it.
We're also going to do She-Hulk.
Yeah. She-Hulk incoming. Followed by, we're actually going to watch Moon Knight again, a second time.
Second time watching Moon Knight.
Is Moon Knight better 1 year later? No, it's not.
Nope, it's still the same.
No, but Alex, you can say if you have anything. But for me personally, honestly, the only thing non-Star Trek that I already know in my head, it's like as soon as this comes out, it's something I want to react to, is Invincible season 2. I mean, that's the main thing. It's, I guess.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. That's something that we've both watched, you know, on our own, and you know, both big fans of, and one of those few TV shows on that we're on the same page. So I feel like definitely Invincible season 2 is going to be our jam. I would like for you to catch up on 2 seasons and 9 episodes of The Boys for when season 4 comes out, but if not, that's all right. I'm sure we got plenty of time for that, but definitely Invincible is one where like I only want to watch that with you and not on my own personal time.
Yeah, and the thing with Invincible too is I would even consider doing like just a rewatch, maybe if it's just for the Patreon or posted on YouTube of the first season, because it's literally like 8 episodes that are 20 minutes. Like it's a very short thing, so it's not going to take a long time to watch. 17 Nation Army said I really liked Moon Knight. Yeah, Moon Knight was good. I enjoyed it. I was just making a joke about why would we watch it a second time, but we didn't. Go watch our reactions if you never watched those and you
They
like
probably
Moon Knight.
don't know. They probably don't know that we reacted to the entire show.
Yeah, we reacted to the entire show. Yeah,
Because like everything except Star Trek and a few other things kind of like fell under the wayside when we were still trying to figure out the channel. Like one of the main reasons I wanted to start the channel is because I love watching the MCU and stuff with Josh. And like after the Luke Skywalker boom of the season 2 of Mandalorian, it's like, hey, maybe we should start a channel. We like watching stuff, so let's make a channel. And just Star Trek was just one of my ideas. Like, oh yeah, I always wanted to watch it. Let's watch that, and that became our main catalyst.
yeah,
But yeah, like one of the main things that started it was just I wanted to react to like MCU stuff and other shit with Josh, but Star Trek's the one that took off
yeah, and I'm very thankful for that. Looking
because I don't want to watch current MCU. I'm thankful for that too. Yeah,
yeah. And and also the grind of, this is behind the curtain, but of just, a show comes out weekly, we're watching it Wednesday, we both have, jobs, we're watching it at night, I have to edit it, upload it by the next morning for it to get, no views. Yeah, it was tough. It was a tough time.
yeah, and these reaction channels that don't have jobs, so they're up at
Well, it is their job.
12:01. Yeah, you know what I mean? No real job, but I mean, no like 9 to 5 job.
No
that
hellish
is
job.
their job.
No miserable job.
So yeah, so the upload is up at 6 a.m. the same day with their their fucking face reactions
Yeah.
to every terrible episode. you know, you know, oh, blah blah blah. Season 3, episode 2, nothing happens.
Yeah, and
So I'm kind of glad that we're not there.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, someone said watch Moon Knight 30 years from now and see if our opinion changes. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when we get there.
we're all gonna. The world's not going to be around in 30 years. Get out of here.
Come on, we gotta be optimistic like Star Trek,
Oh yeah. No. Everything has to reflect the current day. Nothing can be about the future. So no.
But yeah, I mean, so that's where I'll leave it. But I mean, I'm really excited. Obviously, I'm terrified in terms of like you never want to finish your favorite show. I feel like, and I feel like that with this. It's been so much fun over the past year, and it's gonna be fun doing those wrap up videos. Saying what are our favorite episodes. I definitely also want to do just like a couple other special things. Might have some recycled material in the way of like highlight reactions and stuff like that. Don't want to get too into detail with that, but just over the next few months you'll see on the channel some different stuff that we're thinking about. But in the meantime, just remember, even if Buffy's not your thing, we're still gonna have all those other Star Trek TOS videos, discussion videos, all those other things coming to hold you over until the animated series, and then we'll be jumping in from the animated series into the movies. We'll be watching a different series during the movies, but we'll still be watching the movies, and then come the fall, we'll be watching TNG. So even when we're watching these other shows as our main shows, there's still going to be Star Trek content in some capacity that will always be a part of the channel. So, let's see here. Elliot says, I'm glad you guys aren't those pure reaction video nerds. Hey, man, nothing wrong with... Look, I mean, if that's how you make your living, that's always been my thing, right? It's like, if that's how you make your living, you enjoy doing it, more power to you. We can't lie. I mean, we started our channel with a Morbius trailer reaction. We can't lie and act as if we never wanted to do that, you know what I mean? So...
But Buzz Lightyear trailer reaction, we never saw the movie. I think that might have been the tipping point. It's like we gotta
stop this.
Yeah, we gotta stop this.
Watching that trailer, just thinking to myself, I'm not seeing this. Like it looks fine, but I'm not.
And just trying to think of things to say after a trailer that you don't care about. It's like, it looked good, and I bet it's like this. Here's a little secret. like Red Letter Media is my favorite YouTube channel of all time. If we can create our own different version of that, where it's different enough, but emulate that style of like, I'm not trying to, please people or please, I'm not trying to, shill anything. Just honest reactions, discussions, videos, skits, just something fun like that. Emulate that in our own way. I mean, that'd be nice,
Yeah.
and not just. I don't want to have that,
Yeah.
reaction to everything.
Yeah, and I mean, you said earlier, you mentioned something along the lines of like, when we first started the channel, you're like, we were figuring out what the channel is. It's like we're still figuring out what the channel is, and we always will be. It's a growing, evolving thing, and we just hope that you guys grow and evolve with us and appreciate, over the next. I don't know how long it'll take to watch all of Star Trek, but let's just say 3 years or something. However long it takes, like that'll always be there. But how can we make that better? We're always looking to every change we make on the channel. Some people don't like changes, some people like certain changes. Whatever the case is, our goal every time we do anything is just to make better videos. Like that's all we're trying to do, and have a fun time doing it. So there's going to be some changes coming in the future after this show, and same reason for that in terms of filming more in person or filming more discussion videos, new series, whatever you want to do. The Star Trek will always be a big part, but we're always just trying to be better, because if you're not trying to be better, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, just trying to figure it out. It's like we realize that Star Trek is what brought people in, but we're just trying to figure out what's going to make people stay. Because one of my biggest fears is once Star Trek is over, whenever it's like everyone leaves. So, what can we do to help you guys stay? That's my biggest thought. Like, what can we do to become our own brand? Where like we want you to come to us because of us, obviously. Obviously over time, but we realize that Star Trek for so many people is the hook. But what can we do to be better and hook people in just on our own? So,
yeah. And
we're figuring that out.
and with that, there's also just such that balance too of like, with that being said, every single video you want to bring in new people. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard. It's like when some people were complaining about how we changed the titles. It's like, yeah, because we need people to click on the video. You know what I mean? So it's like we see our stats, and when we see that 2% of people that get shown the video click on it, it's like, how can we make that number higher? You know what I mean? So it's like it's always just trying to do different stuff to improve the channel, but it's it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a journey, right? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So, and this journey for the original series has been one of my favorite things I've ever done, content wise or anything. This has been amazing watching this, and the fact we're finishing it this week is crazy.
I'll never forget just like watching, like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 episodes in the season one. I'm like, we're never gonna finish this. It's never gonna. And now it's one episode left. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's so weird, dude.
It's crazy.
I mean, you guys will eventually see the reaction, obviously, but when we watch that last episode and it ends, I'm curious. I'll probably still be okay because we still have the movies, and I'm so interested to see what the differences are. And so many people found Star Trek through the movies before the show. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting, but yeah, it's going to be a weird feeling for sure. But stay tuned for the last 5 episode reactions of this show, and yeah, let us know. Everyone's still putting a lot in here, so I'm sorry if we can't get to all of it. Original Outer Limits, that's one we've been recommended a lot. I have a list of all of these, by the way. So anytime we get recommended something more than a couple of times, it's put on a list. We got Galactica 1980. I've heard about that. We need. Let's see here.
We need some cleavage in our thumbnails. So let's see.
There we go.
There we go. How about that? Boom.
Well, it's almost finally summertime, summertime in Ohio. Alex's tank tops will be returning, so you'll get to see all of that again.
First ever Star Trek reaction was in a tank top and a mustache. I remember that.
Let's see here. We got Blaine said, you guys have introduced me to Buffy and the old Battlestar Galactica. Looking forward to whatever you put out. Appreciate that, Blaine. That's awesome. If you guys aren't on the Patreon, by the way, I know not everyone's gonna be a patron. That's not our what we're trying to do. But you know, Battlestar Galactica is the only thing we watch that's exclusive to Patreon, and we're having a lot of fun with it. So if you do have access to that show, it's all just uncut reactions, no edited stuff. That'd be a fun. We're having fun with that show over there. About halfway through it. Let's see. We need you to say the episode title properly, says Bryce. Okay, I've seen a lot of people post it in here. Let's see if I can find one. A lot of people have been posting the pronunciation in here. Or someone posted again. Everyone post the pronunciation of the episode. We'll try to say it. B Sharp says, your skits have been funny. Thank you, B Sharp.
Badger, yes, I am Ben Affleck. Don't tell Ben, but yes, I am. And I'm literally Ryan Gosling. What's we got here?
Still trying to find a quick pronunciation.
Mythicos, misogyny. What was it? What was it again? What was the first two words? I literally can't remember.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Tuning Spork put it in here. Requiem for Methuselah. Requiem for Methuselah. Requiem for Methuselah. Is that it?
Requiem of Methuselah. Requiem of Methuselah. Okay. Requiem of Methuselah.
You know what? We're just gonna call it the one we had to watch twice. That's the title of this episode.
Is your name Pam or Pan? Pam. 2 M's. No, there's only 1 M.
All right, I think that's where we're gonna wrap it, guys. Thank you everyone who joined here, and thank you to our moderators, Witcher Joker, and others. Thank you for all the super chats we got. That was awesome. Especially Dominic. Thank you for that big super chat. Appreciate that. You're the best, and thank you everyone for this journey. Hope you enjoyed the last few episodes here of TOS, and join us on the journey for the rest of the time here watching Star Trek.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do it for us here at the TA. Alex, this is Josh. We are the target audience. Content's made for absolutely everybody. Everything's specifically made for us, but especially for you guys as well. Thank you very much. We'll see you. Goodbye. Thanks for being here.